Yeah, we're on.
No LaFleur tonight. He was too hungover.
No Joey. Of course, he's a little too hungover or something.
It was a bit much for him. I miss him already, though.
This already stinks.
No LaFleur. For Christ's sake.
There he is. His seat would be right there. He'd be fucking going off about audits.
Or something, yeah.
You know, a new video. But what a day it is. It's, what is it, November? Mid-November. It's like 90 degrees in L.A.
Yeah.
I mean, we're finished, right? Like, has this ever...
Yeah, you're the LA kid.
I was just in New York for like 3 days. It wasn't cold at all. Like, it was like hot.
Yeah. I don't understand it, and it sucks. It's not only hot, but then the sun goes down really early. They just want us all to kill ourselves.
Global warming is like it's like 100% the reason for this, right?
You're talking to me like I'm a scientist that you're having on the podcast.
Dr. Kaku.
I have no idea.
Mr. Kaku, why is it so hot? No, it's but it's strange. It was like I came to New York, I had all these jackets. I was like, it's November. It's fucking November.
Yeah.
I was like hot the whole time.
I had sweater weather.
I was sweater weather, for Christ's sake. I was walking around New York going like, hey, this is great pho weather. There's no bigger asshole. There's no bigger sign that you're a coastal elite scumbag than when you go, this is great pho weather. But yeah, I was in New York for a little bit. Saw Tim at the Beacon, which was amazing.
Big moment for any comedian. The Beacon Theater is like a milestone.
It was incredible. Tim could really care less, but it was great. In the green room, Tim's like, everyone's like excited about this, and I'm like, yeah, we did this I do this like 3 times a week. He's like, this place is a dump. He goes, it's a bit of a dump.
Old building.
He's like, yeah.
There's asbestos in the fucking...
There was like a million green rooms, dude. It was so funny. Noah Syndergaard from the Mets. He's a pitcher for the Mets.
Oh, yeah.
Huge fan of Tim's.
Yeah. Really?
Huge fan. He came...
Noah Syndergaard, he's a really good pitcher.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, whatever. He's good.
He's great. Yeah. Tim doesn't care at all. Like, doesn't even know who he is. He just thought like some like 6'7" oaf was like backstage. And he's like a fanboy. Like, he like was like really excited to like meet Tim, and he's standing there with his girlfriend. And then the best part of the night was watching him talk to Ray. He loves Ray too, and he comes up to Ray, and Ray and I are like standing in between the elevator, and we're just everyone's coming back to meet like Tim and shit, and it was just Ray was very funny. Ray goes like, this is like when Jack Ruby was shot, or like Jack Ruby shot a guy, like this. He was like, the room was just so crowded and creepy feeling, where it was just like Tim's cousin was there, who was just like just a Long Island retard. He just came back like, Timmy, hey, like, you did it, buddy, like fucking 30,000 people there, like. He has girlfriend there, but yeah, Syndergaard was back there, and one of the funniest moments of the night was watching Noah Syndergaard go up to like Ray, and like I was just standing next to them as they had a conversation, and I could see Ray get bored like 2 minutes in. Ray's wearing a Mets hat too, by the way. Like, he's like, I was like, do you like the Mets? He was like, halfway, kind of, whatever.
Like something to have.
But just watching Ray like this, like talk to a guy that big, and be like, all right, enough.
Yeah, not care at all.
Yeah, like just barely cared. But it was funny. Then we had dinner with him, and he was like,
with Noah Syndergaard?
Yeah, and a lot of people, all these like agents at like CAA. Tim ordered like thousands of dollars worth of food because he knew CAA was paying for it. We were at this like long table at this like nice restaurant, and it felt like a corporate Last Supper.
Right.
So it was like me, Ida, Sam, Talent, Ben, Ray, and Tim, and then the rest of the table was just like God knows who, just whatever industry people. And so Tim like just only ordered for 6 of us. He just ordered like thousands of dollars. He like immediately ordered like thousands of dollars worth of food to put on their bill. And then me and Ida are sitting across from Syndergaard and his girlfriend. And he's like a nice guy.
How'd Syndergaard's girlfriend look?
Yeah, it's fine.
Really?
Yeah, he probably wanted to fuck Ida, honestly.
Wow.
You know,
That's who does and who doesn't want to fuck Ida is a great.
I asked him to.
Is a great barometer though for where they're at mentally. Like you're a all-star pitcher. Your girlfriend's probably attractive.
She was attractive,
and then
but
you're still like, wow, you still want to fuck Ida? Interesting.
Yeah, no, she was attractive, but it wasn't like the level of who he is,
right?
To me, at least. But
yeah,
he was an interesting guy. He's kind of didn't have much to say about anything, but I don't know. He was kind of a representation of the people that maybe liked him for the wrong reasons.
Really?
Yeah, where they just kind of they know Tim's hilarious, but they also maybe don't quite pick up on a lot of the nuances of Tim's comedy. And because near the end, when we got some drinks in us, he was saying some interesting stuff about, because he's like from Dallas, but he's like from Fort Worth, and he kind of kept referring to like, it's great, but there's like there's the type of people out there that
right. Well, he's a baseball player.
There's those people. He just kind of kept referencing the people. These people,
and
then I picked up on it. I was drunk, but I just went along with it. I was like, yeah. I just kind of kept making like kind of black jokes, like to see if I was like, oh, that's what he means.
Right.
You know, he's a big baseball racist.
Yeah, he's a undercover John Rocker apparently.
Apparently,
no, I can't put that on you, Syndergaard. All right, if somehow this in some weird way. I love, you're a great pitcher, Syndergaard, and Devan had a great time with you, I'm sure.
I did have a great time.
Racist.
It was fun. He was actually laughing at stuff I was saying, and he didn't treat me like a human for a couple hours, and then near the end of the night, he was like laughing at stuff I was saying and whatever. But it was a very interesting night.
There are those people, he might be one of them, that get a little too excited over the idea of like someone saying it. And then you're like, about what though?
Right. That's what I was like. I never even made like a specific race joke. Right. I just kind of was like, those types or something. But I was like, well, yeah, what did you mean?
Yeah.
And then the way he laughed, I was like, interesting, Syndergaard.
Yeah, you started speaking in like right-wing code.
Yeah. Yeah, it was...
just to test the waters, see who you're dealing with.
Exactly. He was, he's giant too, by the way. He's he's a massive guy.
Yeah.
And then when I realized at the end of the night, I was like, "Oh my god, that guy's got like the most money here."
Definitely.
He's like, "What is like a pitcher in the MLB like?" I mean,
Noah Syndergaard's also like a top tier pitcher in the MLB.
But I heard he was like Ray said he was like he's been injured and he like hasn't played that much in the last couple years. Yeah.
I mean, he was a. Yeah, I guess maybe he wasn't that prominent this season. Also, the Mets were horrible, but. It's Noah Syndergaard. I'm sure his contract is like, one of those crazy baseball contracts where it's like $60 million.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's like $60 million might be like a low ball.
Right. No, it is.
You hear these contracts, they're like $200 million for 10 years.
No, it was ridiculous. It was a weird night. Very, very interesting. He doesn't care for certain types of people in the neighborhood he grew up in Dallas. And I was like, what type? The Jews? Your family? Is he Jewish? Noah Syndergaard?
That could also be German.
Like Sonny.
The other side of things.
Sonny Kofax. He was the first. He was like
Sandy Kofax.
Sandy Kofax.
Yeah.
Sonny Kofax is Adam Sandler, Big Daddy.
Right. Sandy Kofax, as far as I know, him and Julian Edelman are like the only ever Jewish professional athletes of all time.
And I don't even buy it. I know Julian Edelman says he's a Jew, but I don't buy it.
It's kind of like badass to say you're a Jew in the NFL, even if you're not religiously Jewish.
He's like a Jew, but I mean, I've seen you on the field. There ain't no Jew. There ain't no Jews doing that.
I know. Also, his dad, I don't know if he's Jewish, but look at that guy. He's like got the big beer gut. You're not. No one. Yeah,
you're not a classic Jew.
I know.
Okay?
No one's coming off. You're not coming off.
I don't know any Jewish dads with beer guts and backwards hats, like fucking watching the game and like popping open Sam Adams
and getting into like vicious fights with their son over training and just like being like, I got to annoy you. I got to annoy the shit out of you.
Right.
Like getting into that like that level of intensity.
That like fucking with them on that level where it's like it's gonna make you better.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. Yeah. That's not Jew stuff.
No, the dad would be teaching him about accounting and how to manage your money.
Yeah, a Jewish dad would just like immediately the moment you got like too upset, they'd be like, whoa, maybe this isn't good for you. You're getting kind of angry, and I think you might have an anger problem. You need to see a therapist.
But yeah, anyway, Noah Syndergaard, big racist.
Like big in the sense that he's 6'7".
He's just a giant man.
He's the amount that he's racist is very normal.
I don't know how racist he is, but
on the barometer, probably normal. But as far as height,
yeah,
he's a big
around.
racist.
He was a sweet guy.
He's a giant.
He was
racist.
a sweet guy. I'm glad I wasn't black. But yeah, it was an interesting time. The fucking American Airlines, the flight, both flights up 6 hours straight. My phone doesn't work with their movie thing.
Oh, poor you.
Dude, it was horrific.
Oh, that's horrible.
It was horrific. I had to read.
What'd you do on the flight?
I read Norm Macdonald's book for a while, which is really great. Norm is like fucking... he's like an amazing writer.
Yeah.
Like, no, it was like the level of like a writer, where I'm like, he could have been a writer.
That book's incredible.
It's so poignant. He has so many, like, it's so funny and just brilliantly written.
And then you have no idea when he's actually telling the truth.
Exactly, which makes it even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. But yeah, no, flight sucked.
Yeah, I went to pick you up. You're waiting on the tarmac.
We were on the tarmac for
30 minutes.
It was like 45 minutes.
I got roped into picking up Devan. That's like a big thing in LA specifically.
People get roped into coming to LAX.
Picking up your friend at the airport, and you're like, great, I'm that friend.
That's what happens.
I'm too reliable.
Hey, I do it all the time, okay, scumbag. I used to drive you to LAX constantly when you would go to DC.
You know how I got home last time from the airport? A taxi.
Right.
Think about it.
Good for you.
We're growing up.
Good for you. We're growing up. You're like upset you picked me up. We're grown up.
It's fine.
You had a good time. I'm the light of your life.
Last time you are, buddy. Last time Devan came back from the airport, I didn't pick him up. Someone else did, but there was like potentially a problem, and he was asking me to do it. And he's like, oh, Uber's so hard. Like, I don't know how that works.
They have a whole system at LAX now.
It's like a 3-minute walk.
Well, it was a nightmare the one time I did
all in one area.
It was a nightmare the one time I did it.
You didn't even look into it. You just knew it wasn't like obvious. Immediately
Richie,
obvious. It's very obvious. There's signs everywhere.
I had you pick me up so I could buy you in and out as opposed to $40 for an Uber. I'll buy you a drink tonight or some food, and that's the plan.
All right, I'm into that.
It's the plan at hand.
That's great.
I do it for you all the time.
Right, you're right.
I do it for everybody. I feel like I'm at a LAX constantly. Yeah. I got an uncle. I pick up Tim sometimes. I'm constantly there.
You're picking up Tim?
I picked up Tim a couple 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Really?
Yep.
You keep that under wraps. You don't want it out there.
Well, I made it sound like I pick him up constantly.
You're Tim's driver.
I am Tim's current driver. No, I would love that.
See,
if Tim wanted to throw me a driving job,
that's a joke that Devan would put on other people, and his face like sputtered out because he's like, it's getting flipped on me.
No, but yeah, Americans flying just sucks. I fucking hate it. It's so shitty. It sucks so bad. The layovers and the time spent and the God.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Like, American sucks. I'm like, I can't even imagine like Spirit.
Oh God,
the people
awful.
No, like the flight attendants were like dicks to us on American. Yeah, everyone's fed up with everything.
Yeah,
they're telling people to put their masks on every fucking 20 minutes.
They don't serve liquor on planes anymore.
No, you can't drink. I was like gonna just spend some money and buy some drinks. I couldn't. They don't even. There's no TVs in the seats, so that's why the reason I couldn't watch anything because I had to use my phone. I'm like, well, what if I don't have a phone? What do you do then for the customer? Jesus. Nothing. What it makes you wonder what even is a Spirit flight?
Oh, I've been on one.
I bet it's just a
but
guy.
Not recently.
A Spirit Airlines flight must just be a guy on the runway flapping his arms. And you jump on his back, and he just does this for effect, and he just walks you there. He just kind of runs you to wherever you're going. Southwest, they canceled like thousands of flights like a month ago.
I took Southwest last time. I had no problems. I will say
I do usually enjoy Southwest. I like the bus system that they have.
I hate the bus. That's why I hate Southwest. but I take it anyway.
I like that they don't mind bringing bags on and all that.
That's nice.
And I like the heart.
If you pay
I like their heart logo.
You like the logo.
I like it. I don't know. I just like that. I like it.
All right.
It's love. It's I just go, that's South.
They love me.
They're for the common folk, Southwest.
But then they don't do this anymore because they're all jaded. Remember they used to rap all the time?
What?
You didn't go on a Southwest flight where they would like rap or sing?
No, I didn't know they were the inspiration for Soul Plane.
Yeah, they are. You've never heard about this?
No.
Southwest Airlines flight attendants will get on and do like a bit for the reading through like the safety requirements or whatever. Sometimes they'll rap them, or they'll have like a rap like introduction, like hello to welcome to the flight or something like.
Yeah, it sounds really, really great.
Yeah, it's awful.
That's brutal. Well, they stopped that.
Yeah, that now everyone's completely jaded, like you said. You can't drink on the flight. I mean, look how far we've come that it was like you're smoking on flights.
This is me. Hand me your drink for a second. This is me in any place in public where they still demand you have your mask on, but they go, well, if you have a drink, you know, you can.
Yeah.
This is me everywhere I go. I'm just like this. Hey, I just keep something up to my mouth the entire time. That's
Does that
the only
actually
way.
happen to you, where they're like actually monitoring
Yes,
it?
these
Where?
they everywhere.
Other than the airplane, where are they monitoring it? I've never experienced that. I got to be honest with you. I mean, I'm only really going to restaurants and shit.
I don't know. You know, anytime I'm at the IKEA ball pit and I'm trying to just hang out with those little rapscallions,
Those little rascals.
they always yell at me about my mask, and I'm like, for Christ's sakes, I'm here to rape a kid. I'm not trying to give him COVID.
You keep a Swedish meatball in your pocket. You're like, no, I'm eating.
I go, you like lingonberry jam? No, I don't fucking know, man.
Who's breathing down your neck about masks?
I've been told by a few people, like, mask.
Where?
Airports, I guess. I guess mostly airports, airplanes.
So all airports and airplanes.
It is. This guy's got to end. What are you on? You're on your third booster already. I know you love the shot.
I got the booster. Yeah. I'm happy I got the booster.
Are you gonna get a fourth?
Sure, why not?
Jesus.
I don't want to deal with this. Clearly it hasn't affected my mind. I mean, listen to me going like I'm
you're
sharp
fine.
as ever.
Yeah, no, you're.
I think it actually like helped regenerate some cells.
No,
in
your
my
neurons
brain.
are firing at peak speed.
I didn't even want my heart to beat consistently. I like the
Right.
palpitations. I like the chest
The carditis.
pain. The cardinitis.
The cardinitis.
Cardinitis.
It's yeah.
I'm saying it the way you're saying it.
Myocarditis.
Oh, you said myo first? I didn't hear that part.
No, I didn't say it. It's carditis.
I've been saying carditis.
You said cardinitis.
Oh, well, I said what you said.
I didn't say that.
All right, well.
Where's Joey? No, but I just always am pretending to choose something or drink from something anytime I'm in public now with the fucking
You're
mask.
playing games.
That's the only good thing about New York is the fact they don't really, the masks are, you can kind of not wear them inside.
Yeah.
It's kind of great.
I mean, the masks at this point, everywhere I go, it is just, you're just showing like a sign of like respect almost.
And enough of that.
You walk in with the mask on and you just rip it off immediately. It's the dumbest thing ever. You know. Mm-hmm. In a weird way, I don't know. It's like the vax thing. This isn't the edgy, cool opinion. But
this mandate is disgusting and it needs to end.
Why?
Because it's retarded.
Oh, the mandate of checking the vax card.
That.
I don't like having to carry around paperwork.
We shouldn't care if people have it or not. Who gives a shit?
But if everyone was vaxxed...
I don't even understand the logic here. They go, okay, hey folks that haven't even gotten their first 2 shots, you need to get it. Mm-hmm. You're at risk.
Right.
People that have their 2 shots, they go, it doesn't work.
Well, people are still
got to get a third
They're
one.
getting sick, but they're not getting as sick, so that's good.
Right.
But to me, I just look at it as if everyone got vaxxed, then we wouldn't be in this problem. The implication by not getting vaxxed is saying that there's a problem with it. That there's poison in it, it's going to ruin you in some way.
I'm thinking, why can't that guy still go to work?
They can still go to work.
No, they're not. The people are. It's a mandate. We now live in
California.
For Christ's sakes, we live in Nazi Germany.
That's the people in Kansas thing.
I am so sick of getting asked for my fucking vax papers.
That I don't like carrying around papers.
It's really gross.
It feels like we're in the West, and they're just like, "Where's your papers?" And you're just like, "Oh, I'm from this town."
Who are these psychopath bouncers that are looking at it for longer than 5 seconds?
I know, yeah.
Trying to match the ID with the vax card. Well, the problem with this is you can't just make some regular idiot the police now. We've made just anybody that works at a brewery or a bar that is just there as a hostess. Now they're like a policeman.
Aren't they supposed to be able to check fake IDs? Isn't that also kind of stupid that we just rely on some guy who has like a $15 an hour job to memorize a book of fake IDs?
I would argue
be able to spot them.
I would argue that underage drinking is more damaging than underage COVID.
Non-vaxxed COVID.
Yeah.
Underage COVID.
Underage COVID.
The hell does that mean?
When you get COVID and you're underage. You're not of age.
Well, and that now they're vaccinating the kids.
We're walking through Central Park. There's all these psychopathic parents with their kids. The kids are running around in the fields with masks on with their friends. Full masks.
Because they're not vaxxed, right? That's what they think.
I get. No, they're probably vaxxed. They probably have gotten the booster.
Well, no, kids just started getting vaxxed. Most kids aren't vaxxed.
Which is disgusting, too, because they weren't even at risk for it.
Right.
So
I know some kids, I guess, started getting it.
And they had a sniffle?
I don't know.
Enough of this. We need to end COVID. It's not enough. Enough.
No, but all I'm saying is with the vax specifically, if you're not getting it, then you're implying that it's going to like do this huge amount of harm to you. Like give you, like people talk about with other vaccinations where, it's going to give my kid autism, which I don't believe that, but like we established at the beginning of the podcast, I'm no doctor, but what I'm saying is that like nothing happened. I've gotten 3 shots. You've gotten 2.
Apparently you weren't even supposed to get the 3rd.
I mean, yeah, legally speaking.
No, the head of the guy that made the mRNA vaccine. Right. There's a video on YouTube of him speaking about it, and it's hard to find, of course, because they hide it. Has only like 8,000 views. The dude is literally saying like, this does not mean more shots help. In fact, he says that the more you get vaccinated, it can fuck your immune system up, and your immune system starts freaking out, not knowing what to do, and then attacking itself. You should watch out for that 4th shot.
I've felt better than ever.
Sure.
But also, then boosters are also being like approved for everybody now.
It's disgusting. They're going to make it where you can't even get into the bar now until you have the 3rd shot. This is a never-ending cycle. You ever gone to a bar and they ever asked you, did you get your flu shot at CVS?
I mean, maybe right after influenza was a thing, but it's been like, since I started going to bars, it's been like 70 years since that happened.
Bottom line is everyone that got their first 2 shots or their first Johnson & Johnson, whatever, it's done.
I mean, the Johnson & Johnson one they say is like pretty much bullshit.
They're going to make it. It's going to get to the point where they're going like, you can't come in here until you have your 3rd shot. You can't come in here until you have your 4th.
Well, we're also in L.A. where everyone's like...
They asked a lot.
Bleeding hard about it.
New Orleans was the same. New York was the same.
All right. Well, New York, too.
Don't like it one bit.
Is that happen? If that's happening in like, Savannah, Georgia, that would interest me. I'd be like, wow.
I think it is.
Or just some like...
No, because the businesses are afraid to lose their business because they're
suing businesses.
Yeah,
that's where it's pathetic.
We're fucked.
They're putting the onus on restaurant
and
owners.
I heard that fucking apparently what was it? 9 people died at Astroworld because they weren't vaccinated.
Wow.
And Travis Scott was in favor of that.
Well, there was a guy going around Astroworld trying to vax people.
That was the story.
Yeah, the prick. He's going around.
The guy was trying to,
he's trying to vax people.
They had
so there was a little fentanyl
bad
in his
reactions
vaccine.
to it. Kyle Rittenhouse was trying to vaccinate people long before the vaccine was even out.
Mm-hmm.
He just goes, "It's in my AR." Boy, the Rittenhouse. That Rittenhouse, he is a wily one.
I'd like to go to a bar with him.
I'd love to hang out with Rittenhouse.
I'd like to see Rittenhouse walk up and just walk right past, just fucking pistol whip somebody and pistol whip the bartender or the bouncer.
The Rittenhouse. What is going on in that case? Like, I watched like a clip. The prosecution.
He's getting off.
Yeah, they're like throwing the case. It seems like in a weird way.
Well, they got
this fucking twink.
Well,
and then the guy that looks like a cheese curd, like interviewing everybody, and they've fucked up like every single witness. They had like the guy who he was like their main witness that was going to help their case, and they go like, "You ran up to him with a gun pointed," and he's like, "Correct," and they're like, "Well, goddamn, you weren't supposed to say that."
Yeah, they're completely fucking up the case, and their whole case was to characterize Rittenhouse as this vigilante who's, going through the streets with a gun.
Yeah, Rittenhouse was
and
all
that got undercut because they couldn't use anything that didn't happen that night. So anytime they try to be like, well, he said on November, they're like, and the judge is like, shut the hell up.
Yeah, that wasn't
Are you being
that
brazen with me?
No, the judge is like, you were on TikTok a week earlier saying you want to get your dick sucked. Like, they have like nothing. Really.
Yeah, no, they have nothing. The judge completely took it all away.
I mean, I rewatched the video, man. It's like, listen, everyone involved is a complete fucking idiot, but it's one of the most like clean-cut self-defense cases I've like ever seen. They don't usually have footage of something like that. It's like the kid falls and then 3 people attack him.
Mm-hmm. 3 people attack him.
Who attacks somebody with an AR-15?
I know.
Who runs at a guy on the floor with an AR-15 with a handgun?
Yeah,
pointing it at him. What do you think's gonna happen?
Right, he's gonna.
The kid is there to shoot.
Yeah,
people running at him.
That's what he's right.
He has the gun in case you run at him with your skateboard.
Yeah,
that's like the entire fucking like American point that those militia guys are trying to make.
Also, during a time where the police, at least in Kenosha, pretty much said for a couple nights, like, "Hey, it's every man for himself."
Right.
That was the line. I mean, they were saying during other points of riots. I mean, this is like a common thing where there is a point where, but maybe they're like about to bring in the National Guard, where there might be a night or two where it is kind of like, hey, good luck out there. Mm-hmm. We're over here. The police are here. We're not going over there. Hope for the best.
Every
Protect
single
yourself.
person involved is a complete idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everyone involved got what they deserved in some weird way. Like, you're all morons.
You mean getting shot to death?
Nobody. No, well, I don't know.
I don't. I mean, in a way, it's a lesson.
The one guy that got shot that I was like, I don't even know really what he did, but he was chasing him.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, like, raped a 5-year-old and a 9-year-old and was, like, mentally ill.
Okay.
And he was just there to, like, cause trouble, and he was, like, schizophrenic and didn't know. So that was the first guy Rittenhouse shot and killed because he was chasing him, right? So then Rittenhouse runs away from that guy down the street, and then this whole mob goes like, get him!
Oh, wow. All right.
Have you seen the video?
Yeah.
It's pretty... I don't really know how anyone could watch that and be like, in a court of law, legally, like if he is charged somehow, then we're kind of throwing out the entire point of like self-defense laws.
The argument is that he came there essentially it's like he's coming there looking for trouble.
But that's not.
But that doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You can go into a bar looking to start a fight, but if somebody
starts a fight with you and then you fight back,
right,
you still can't say like, yeah, but he was there looking for a fight.
Let's say you're a trained fighter. You know how to beat the shit out of somebody. Most people, and you just want to beat the shit out of somebody, and you're like, I'm going out tonight. I'm fucking mad. But you know that you can't just walk up and hit somebody. So maybe you talk a little shit, but like essentially you wait.
Yeah.
You take a hit to the face, and it's on. Mm-hmm. And it's on video, and everybody saw you get hit in the face, and you're like, well, now I get to do what I'm trained to do.
Right. And Rittenhouse was there to be helpful. He was a medic, okay? He had a Band-Aid and some Neosporin with him. He was trying to help out all these,
There's a guy with a gunshot when he's bleeding out. He's like, do you need a Band-Aid?
He's like, do you need some hydrogen peroxide?
I have some Neosporin.
He was, I know he lied about being an EMT, but that's a start. a Band-Aid and some Neosporin.
Mm-hmm.
Rittenhouse was he was putting ice on people's their bullet wounds in their head. He's like icing a guy's head. He's dead.
He shot the guy who killed.
He killed the guy. He goes,
like,
"Do
"Oh
you
my
need a
God."
Band-Aid?"
Oh my God! And then he's like breaks out an ice pack and he's just like holding it there. He's like, someone call for help. The guy's a lifeless body.
He's killing people and going, "It's okay, I'm a medic." No, rough situation all around. I don't know if I was like
Rough situation all around. You sound like in Dodgeball where he's like, rough situation all around, Cotton.
I gotta say, like, if I was Jacob Blake, who I guess is paralyzed, and he was the person that was shot by the cops that then started, all the people went out to bat for him, and this was the night that was all about. If I was him, if I was the Black Lives Matter movement, isn't this kind of like what you want? Don't you want a bunch of white people to kill each other in the name of black people?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds pretty good.
If I'm BLM, I go like, yeah, I went home and then I heard a bunch of crackers killed themselves. That's great.
Yeah.
I don't, I heard some MAGA people came down with their rifles, and then I heard they got in a couple disputes with Bucky Lasik and a couple other skateboarders, and a bunch of them were shot dead, and then a pedophile was killed as well. Sounds like a good night to me.
Sounds like a rootin' tootin' good time.
Sounds like a good time to me. I mean,
well, that's why almost in a way the judge agrees, where he's just like, yeah, whatever his intentions were leading up to that night don't matter.
yeah. I mean, the judge is also like an idiot.
I mean, yeah, the judge on his days off.
Did you see him like
is at
explaining like texting?
Yeah, no.
He was like, when I get he goes on this like 3-minute rant about like what he does with like texting. Like the guy, I mean, they're all so fucked. You got a bunch of fucking different wheels of cheese judging the case. It's in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So everybody, the defense, the prosecution, everyone's just a big Wisconsin cheese girdled fucking retard.
Yep.
Is girdled a word? I don't think it is, but whatever. But it's
Girdled.
like, I've watched everyone.
Curdled.
They got the one prosecutor is this like Men's Warehouse like twink.
I know. That guy is
That
so
guy
annoying.
sucks ass.
I know. He sucks. He knows he now has no case. His whole thing was like, we're going to go in there. I'm going to use these texts. I got all this stuff leading up to it. And you got this old man judge who is at the Florida Project looking at Mooney on his days off.
Yeah, exactly right. The pedophile guy.
Yeah.
Easy. And then anytime the prosecution tries to speak, he goes, "Don't get brazen with me."
I've been in this business for 50 years.
Yeah. You've been in the business for 50 years.
The business of
yeah. Who have you
the
been?
business of telling black guys to pull their pants up.
Right.
That business.
Yeah, I've been in this business for 50 years. Turn off that rap crap. But yeah,
I've been here since the Reagan era.
he's gonna get off. The kid's
Definitely.
Definitely. It's Rittenhouse is just he's running for his life right now.
I mean, when I watch him on
his crying it was tremendous.
Great crying when I watch him on the stand.
Obviously fake, but great.
Definitely crocodile tears. LeBron James has you dead to rights, Rittenhouse. But when I watch him just talking to the prosecutor, I mean, he is on his shit. The prosecutor, he like makes the prosecutor look dumb.
Yeah, and so
the guy's like asking him questions. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but yes, I was there."
He's like, "And you have nothing to do. You don't live in Kenosha. You have no reason to go there. Is that correct?" And he's like, "My dad works there." like.
No, he's on his shit.
They're also acting like this because this kid like lived like 5 minutes away from Kenosha, but was in a different state technically. That's so wild to like go there.
Yeah.
I'm sure they go to the town all the time because it's the town you go to.
Right. Yeah.
This whole it's been so fucked up by the media and shit. Like this whole case.
Kyle Rittenhouse is a type. He happens to be underage, but he's still a type that he just. I mean, think of any liberal that even goes more to the bleeding heart area. Every single person you see on Twitter, all the voices that, essentially cancel people that haven't really done anything. I mean, he just hits the nerve of all these people.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. That's what
I literally, up until like 3 days ago, when I started really looking into the case, because I remembered it when it came out on Twitter, but it was in the middle of the pandemic, and every day there was like some shit like this. So I was like, I don't know.
There's a guy riding through the city of Chicago on a horse.
Yeah, the guy on the horse.
Like zebras are getting let out of the zoo. I mean,
that was incredible. That guy. But yeah, no, I thought there was all this. People were up in arms about it because I thought he killed like black people.
Yeah, he killed pedophiles.
And then I was like, all right, so he's a fucking. So this kid was a pedophile hunter.
Yeah. You're allowed to kill white people. Everybody knows that.
Exactly. Okay, so what? I mean,
you used to be able to kill black people. Times have changed. You kill white people now.
One would say that the type of family that Rittenhouse came from, and who he was running with that night, that was the most progressive act of his life. He's probably confused. He like went home that night. And he's like, "Ma, they're all upset. I killed 3 white people. I don't know what else do you want from me? I was trying to stand with the black people. I killed a bunch of whites,
and everyone hates me.
They all hate me, Ma." And she's like, "Fucking, Jesus Christ, she looks like fucking."
I love that he's young Tony Soprano.
Yeah, I don't know why he's like.
I'm always being accused.
Ma, I'm always being accused of shooting people at Kenosha.
I want to see Michael Gandolfini do a reenactment of the Rittenhouse trial.
Oh, it'd be amazing. Michael Gandolfini should play Rittenhouse.
He should. On the stand. I'm always being accused.
I'm always being accused. So I went down to Kenosha, right?
I'm on the north side of the street.
I got the AR-15 on me. I have gloves. I have a Band-Aid, some Neosporin. I'm a medic. So I go down there, right? And these white N-words. So that's how he had to think of them. He must in his head, Rittenhouse, he must have just in his head been like, yeah, but they're like wiggers. No, but it was defense. The fucking kid was running for his life. He's an idiot for being there with a fucking assault rifle, and literally everyone there is like an idiot to me.
Yeah.
I don't see any other.
Everyone except like a person directly related to what happened in that area, or in some way like part of the community in that indirect sort of way. Other than that, like, what are you doing?
No,
there?
I mean these militia members. Some of these guys are just brain dead. I was watching this New York Times piece on it where they go over like the day, and there's this guy that Rittenhouse was running with that day, this like ex-military dude who was there in all his assault gear and a rifle and shit. And like him and Rittenhouse met up. They didn't even know each other, but they were like, the more men, the better. And they like were like patrolling and shit, right?
Because they want to be soldiers.
Yeah, they're like cosplaying as like soldiers. And they're like, we're protecting buildings, no one's gonna take this Jiffy Lube. They're like, Kenosha's a great town, and we're not going to let anyone destroy the Just Tires on 28th. Okay, that's a great Just Tires, okay? I have a discount coming up. There's a mom and pop. If anyone destroys this Checkers, you light this Checkers on fire, I will shoot 7 people in the street. But so he's this guy was talking about the case, right, with Rittenhouse.
I'm just any store is hilarious to me now.
Yeah, stores are hilarious.
This light bulb's unlimited has to stay. Now we're just doing a riff.
Rittenhouse got home. He goes, "Ma, they took the golden chick." First off, also, can you imagine like being a kid that like carpooled with Kyle Rittenhouse's mom?
Wow.
Like every morning you're like, please don't make a pit stop at a riot. Please. She throws you a rifle. She's like, get out!
No school today. Field trip.
She throws you an AR-15 and a Band-Aid. She goes, go help!
Tell everyone you're an EMT.
And you get out of the car, you're like, I was on my way to school. But yeah, so this militia guy in this documentary thing is talking about being there that night and everything that happened. And he starts talking about the dude with the skateboard that got shot, right? So this dude with the skateboard, I don't know if you see the video, he runs at Rittenhouse when he's on the floor. And they're, posing like he was trying to hit him with the skateboard, but also trying to like disarm him and take the rifle from him.
Okay.
And he's on top of Rittenhouse, and Rittenhouse shoots him in the chest when he's on top of him.
Whoa, that's like movie shit.
Has anyone seen the footage? Have you seen the footage? Everyone I talk to about it goes like,
ago.
I tell them what happened, and they go, wow.
Because you just watched it.
I watch it every night. It's on my Calm app. I have the Kyle Rittenhouse footage on my Calm app. It's with rain, and then I hear people going, "Get him!"
Yeah, I know it's under the playlist Shocker music for you, but I haven't watched it in like 6 months. I just remember him in the street and he's pointing.
So he's
firing.
okay. So
that's all I remember.
So this is what happened. He's running. And then he's running from a mob going, get him. That guy just, why'd you shoot that guy? You get him, get his ass.
Right.
And then he trips and falls and he turns to the mob with his fucking rifle and one guy like jumps on, one guy like hits him in the head with something, then he keeps running, then he trips, falls, turns around, and 3 people are approaching him, attacking him. One guy jumps over him and Rittenhouse doesn't have his rifle ready. He's not trigger happy yet. And that guy gets away safe. That guy was black. So Rittenhouse, once again, the most progressive act of his life, let the black guy go. Okay? Then the skateboarder runs over and tries to hit him with the skateboard and take his rifle, and he's like on top of him, and Rittenhouse fires into his chest, and the guy just falls right next to him and dies. And then another guy is running at him with a gun pointed at him.
Oh, shit.
And Rittenhouse sees that and shoots him in the arm. And then the guy goes, fuck, and like backs away. And then another guy like puts his hands up. And then Kyle gets up, and he is immediately given the Medal of Honor by Donald Trump. And that's all the footage I saw.
Yeah, it sounds pretty, based on what you're telling me in this moment, he's free to go.
So anyway, back to the other big fat militia tard. This guy in this documentary I was watching talking about it, where he met up with Rittenhouse and they were like
How
patrolling.
old is this guy, by the way?
Oh, this guy looked like 40. He's just, I mean, everyone looks, I mean, Kyle Rittenhouse's mom looks like she's on her deathbed. She's like 38, I think. Like she's literally, I think she's like a 38-year-old woman.
Yeah.
And she looks like utter shit. No, like she looks like fucking, I mean, just horrific. She looks like fucking an old guy. Anyway, I couldn't think of anything.
The mayor of Easttown.
I'm having trouble firing on all cylinders like Kyle Rittenhouse. So this guy is talking about the night, right? And he's talking about the guy with the skateboard, and they're like talking about how he died. And he goes, he goes like Jacob fucking Hurley or whatever his name is. Or Huber, something Huber.
Yeah.
Joseph Jacob Huber or something. The guy, he goes like he saw a threat, and I don't have any disagreement with what he did. He saw what he thought was a threat, and he tried to. I don't know why everyone turns into a Jersey guy, but he goes, he saw a threat, and he just unfortunately wasn't good enough.
Yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse sounds kind of gay, actually.
This isn't Rittenhouse. This is the other guy, the militia tard, talking about it.
Okay.
And he goes like, he saw a threat, and he unfortunately wasn't quick enough to react to that threat. But he shouldn't feel.
He unfortunately.
He was like kind of shitting on him, like, yeah, you know, like me and my military buddies, we were quick enough, but not you. But he goes,
he had the right training. And
so then this is what he says. Everyone look this up. It's on the New York Times video about this. This guy goes at the end of the video. He goes. So you know, in my mind, that was a good death.
Oh,
he goes. He goes. It was a good death. Like it's a Call of Duty kill. Like this is the world
kill
these people live in. Yeah,
confirmed.
like confirmed kill. Like
Yeah.
he got some stars.
Jesus.
That's
the guy who was out for blood. But that's the guy who was out to potentially cause harm that night. Kyle Rittenhouse, he's too young to. He does. Kyle Rittenhouse to me falls in that category of not only was he clearly acting in self-defense and actually very poised for his age in like an insane situation that he shouldn't have been in.
right.
But he's also of the age where he's riding both lines, where he also does. I mean, how can you really blame this person for making these types of decisions?
No, I mean, yeah, like it's everyone was an idiot. I mean, like, yeah, no one should have been burning buildings down and lighting cars on fire.
Yeah.
In the name of like of a peaceful protest, and then also there shouldn't be guys coming down there with military gear and bazookas.
I've mentioned this before, maybe on the podcast, I can't remember, but Rittenhouse gets the Corona pass for me.
Yeah.
He gets a Corona pass.
I think Corona got to his head. He was tired of being inside, and he
tired
went
of
out.
being inside, but also all these things popping off.
They have video
Everyone
of
else
him
going crazy.
There's a video they took of him earlier that night, and he's explaining what he's there to do. And he's like, "I'm here to like help out people
and protect
businesses."
Yeah, he said like the business asked him to protect.
That's
him
pretty like damning to the prosecution, where you're like, I mean, and then if you see. I mean, yeah, and let's be honest. The one guy he killed where I was like, I'm a little unsure of. I'm like, yeah, it was a pedophile.
It happened.
And the guy was nuts. Earlier that night, there's
it's a good kill.
Earlier that night, it was a good death.
It was a good death.
Earlier that night, there's footage of that guy going, like, yeah, shoot me, N-word, shoot me. He's like a white dude, but he's like schizophrenic. He was out of his mind. He was holding a bag of clothes that he had because he just got out of a mental institution.
Okay.
And that's the guy that chased Rittenhouse, and Rittenhouse shot like 4 times.
And in a situation where there's pandemonium, that person maybe on their own, you write them off as, all right, leave them alone, they're crazy. They just come off as extremely dangerous.
But earlier that night, he's sounding like he wants to do something.
Right.
Instigate something. And these other militia guys were saying that that guy told them, if I ever catch you alone tonight, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Jesus.
You know?
Yeah.
And of course they wanted to kill him. He was saying the N-word.
Yeah, because they're progressive.
They're, like I said, the most progressive act of Kyle Rittenhouse's life was the night he shot 3 white men. Who knows what? Imagine the stuff he was saying on Call of Duty earlier that day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just just blaring the N-word. And then he goes to this protest, and he doesn't kill a single black person.
Exactly.
All whites. A skateboarder, a pedophile. And then he shot like an Antifa medic.
Yeah,
in the arm. The guy's fine. He's gonna live forever with this fame.
Kyle Rittenhouse is the most extreme example of someone who hides behind the keyboard. On Call of Duty, full on racist, but out in the streets, progressive.
Whatever. And I don't care. I don't care that there's footage of him a few weeks earlier beating a woman, hitting her in the head. Who cares?
Is that? What?
She was white too. Yeah,
Kyle Rittenhouse is beating a woman?
Yeah. But it's like
he's only 17.
But it was some high school antics.
Right.
It was like a fight in a parking lot. His girlfriend was in an argument with some other girl, and all his friends are around, and blah, blah, blah. And then like a fight breaks out between the 2 girls, and then Rittenhouse just comes up behind the girl and starts like giving her headshots.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but once again, she's white. It's fine in this country.
It's okay.
Okay? It's not racially motivated. He was just beating a woman. She had no race that we are supposed to care about. No, that's fine. What do these libs want?
It's underage white on underage white.
The woman he was hitting in the head is probably a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we're talking about a bunch of amazing acts of heroism from Rittenhouse. One in the week before and then the day of. We're talking about beating a likely racist woman who was fighting another woman, hitting another woman. And that's not good.
This person hit a woman.
So
it's never okay.
So he was defending a woman by beating a woman, who I assume is a racist. Then Mama Rittenhouse, Mama Rittenhouse tells him, get in the minivan, okay?
We're headed to Kenosha.
Have some goldfish, have a fruit roll-up. We're headed to Kenosha. Get your rifle. You're going to kill some white racists.
SpongeBob is on in the back. Get ready.
He goes, she goes, you're killing some white people tonight, okay? And he does what Mama Rittenhouse says. He was just taking.
He's just a good old boy.
The kid is confused. He has no clue which way is up.
I know. All he knows is that you don't kill or hurt black people.
And it was obvious.
That's all he knows.
That night that he understood that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he
understands that Black Lives Matter.
And so what? He was throwing up white power signs the day after at bars. I mean, who even knows if that's a white power sign? Maybe he had just hit a 3-pointer.
He's white.
What if he was in the bar? He crumpled up
a can.
He crumpled up a can. He threw it, and then he goes 3, and he takes a picture like that. I don't know if that's white power. He's a 3-point shooter.
Alex Caruso does it all the time.
I see. J.R. Smith used to do it. I never called him a white supremacist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kyle Rittenhouse is the most, honestly, like I've said, the most progressive member of our society. He's because he meshes the two. AR-15 owner, likes to hunt, shoots white people, hits racist women. and then makes prosecutors look like idiots.
There you go.
And he also so he's poking holes in our corrupt justice system.
He's just another guy caught up in the system.
Just another man caught up in the system, my man. Like Kyle Rittenhouse.
They're trying to just destroy a young man's life.
He's just another black man caught up in the mix.
Rennhaus is getting that type of treatment.
I went to the Queen. Rittenhouse is just holla if you hear me, Rittenhouse. I mean, Afeni Shakur would love Kyle Rittenhouse.
Imagine if Kyle Rittenhouse is leaning out like a suburban window, like throwing up, like Pac when he left the courthouse. He's throwing up West Side.
He's spitting on the fucking
he's got
reporters.
A blue bandana on for Blue Lives Matter.
Blue bandana, but he's like, that's my new style. That's my new style. Kyle Rittenhouse is for the kids. But yeah, that I mean, we're trying to take down another positive member of our society here. And where's the dad in all this? Is his dad dead? Did he kill his dad?
Another young boy with no father figure.
Just another black man caught up in the mix.
Black on Kyle Rittenhouse, of course, being the color of his AR-15.
Yes, that's what I meant.
That's what we're referencing.
Yeah. What is with the air, like that just made me think, like, have you ever had seen that liquid death, the liquid death cans, like the sparkling water company, Liquid Death? Have you noticed there's this trend of like badass normal companies where they sell a normal thing, but the name
started with hot sauce and now it's bled into everything else. Dave's bread, what do they call it?
Dave's kick-ass bread
Dave's
or whatever.
Killer bread.
Now you got Liquid Death. There's Black Rifle Coffee. It's like there's going to be AR-15 yogurt. It's very interesting. It's very lame, honestly.
It's extremely lame. You just throw a cuss word or something that sounds like a cuss word into the title of something. And
no, there's a bagel shop up the street.
Orange fucking juice.
It's just called orange fucking juice. Fuck.
Do I fuck better on it? Doesn't matter. Just drink it. Orange fucking juice.
Caesar cunt salad. Liquid Death. Black Rifle Coffee. Yeah. I don't like that. I feel like everyone that owns those companies is like a Kyle Rittenhouse in a weird way.
Yeah.
Black Rifle Coffee's got to be owned by the next guy that's going to be in a big nationwide self-defense case, right?
Maybe. I think it's actually worse where they don't even care at all. They're just like, this is fucking provocative.
Yeah,
they're just some media douchebag who thought of a name that's going to catch people's eye. And the fact that even in a hateful way you remember it, they're like, that's my fucking goal.
Yeah.
I'm in media, dude.
Yeah.
I hate these people so much. Admin.
It's the new shit. The indie, the indie company.
Ad man.
Yeah, indie ad man. I mean, there's a truck up in Sunset Junction that serves bagels, and it's some Jewish where they on the truck it says on their menu they curse.
Right.
Says and other shit. Bagel full of this, like cream cheese,
and a
salmon,
bunch of other
and
shit.
A bunch of other fucking shit, you faggot. And you're like, Jesus. I'm just trying to get a bagel. Why do young people think it's so cool to just...
And people are, because everyone's building their personality, a lot of people are building their personality around being a foodie, so then they love the aggressiveness of yeah, I know what the fuck's in an everything bagel with the works, you cocksucker.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, give me that other shit. Capers, onions, lox. I know.
Yeah.
I know what's in it.
Yeah, I know what's in it, scumbag.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, you order it, they call you a fucking asshole.
Yeah, what are you, a plebe? You don't know what's on a fucking bagel?
Excuse
Tomato.
me, can I get the I'm a fucking asshole sparkling water? Yeah, of course you can, dick. It's $19. And the pH levels are fucking fantastic. I hate badass companies. Hate anything trying to be badass. Dude, it's skull fuck juice.
Skull fuck, yeah. Grooming kombucha. Dude, this shit'll make your... It gets in your guts like you're being groomed by a pedophile.
Grooming kombucha. Dude, this shit will evacuate you quicker than an ass rape.
Pedophile cold brew. 30 times. No, wait. Oh, wait.
Everyone come down and get a Columbine cold brew. A real shot to the system.
18 times concentrated for the age of consent.
Fuck, yeah.
Columbine cold brew.
Columbine cold brew. A shot to the system. When you're feeling asleep at school or work, Columbine cold brew is there for you. A shot to the system.
Pedophile ramen. Slurp it with your eyes closed.
Pedophile ramen. Pretend it's a lollipop. Treat it like an ice cream cone. Skull fuck juice.
Orange fucking
juice. Only at Whole Foods. Orange fucking juice. That's my favorite one. It's the most simple. Just it's gonna be like you're gonna baby goddamn broccoli. Micro motherfucking greens. The guy's gonna be on Rogan soon. So you started micro motherfucking greens.
Yeah, because people just weren't doing it right. They were putting pesticides in it, and I was just like, these motherfuckers.
I was like, these fucking motherfuckers.
I'm going to make the best motherfucking greens. So I made micro motherfucking greens.
Rogan takes a sip of his skull fuck juice.
Yeah. He's like, this shit tastes fucking good, man.
Yeah.
I fucking like that shit. It makes me want to suck my own dick. I fucking love this shit.
Yeah. What else were you talking about? You told me earlier that the head of Nike.
Yeah, Larry Miller. Longtime executive at Nike. He worked with the NBA. He did a Sports Illustrated interview and wrote a biography where he admits to murdering a man, an innocent man in South Philadelphia when he was 16. He did get convicted of it. He went to juvie for 4 years, something like that. So that's why there's no statute of limitations on it. But not only does he barely show any remorse, the family is blown away. They're like, what the fuck? You didn't ask us about this at all.
Right.
I didn't even know you were the guy that killed him. This guy was on his way home from work, had no gang affiliations. And Larry Flint, just talks about it in this extremely selfish way.
Not Larry Flint, Larry Miller.
Oh, Larry Miller, sorry. Larry Miller talks about it in this extremely selfish way where he's like, it was gang retaliation. I was just walking around looking to kill a guy. And he stuck the guy up, and the guy was like, I'm not in any gang, and just fired.
Yeah.
Kills him point blank range.
He's like, just do it. And he just killed him. That's horrific.
Yeah.
And he's talking about, and it's like one of those things where it's just being glossed over because it's like, but he's the head of Nike. And he turned his life around and
yeah, pretty much.
And the victim's family is like, yeah, but you still murdered our son.
Yeah, pretty much.
For no reason.
And they.
Why did he only get 4 years? Was he a minor?
He was a minor. It was also South Philly at a time where black on black crime is not really taken that seriously. So they're just like, you're young. Like they probably had seen a ton of 16-year-olds going through the system who had murdered somebody. And they're just like, all right, yeah, 4 years ago here, whatever. That's kind of like the time frame that it was. It's not right. That's just what was going on. Not like Rittenhouse, who's always in the right, progressive figure, but in this case, not right. And it's more about the way he's talking about it. He keeps talking about it in this selfish way about getting off of his chest and like how therapeutic it is for him. And then you have Adam Silver, commissioner of the NBA, coming out supporting him, saying like, "Oh, I had no idea that he was like holding this burden, and oh, it must be so therapeutic."
Fucking hate Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner. Like, the guy looks like he every night he goes home and he perches above a church to go to sleep. That fucking goblin. I hate that goblin. That guy fucking hides his wings every time he puts on a suit. But yeah, so that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's
he was like talking about like I have to get it off my chest, you know.
Yeah, or like talking about how he's been holding this burden while the mother of the guy who he killed.
It's like my son was holding a bullet in his chest.
Yeah. Yeah, she couldn't work. They're all like dirt poor.
Jesus, man.
And everyone's looking, not everyone, but a lot of people are presenting it as this story of like a involved in gangs, made a big mistake, and now he's gotten on top of it. And that is part of the story. It's not even that. It's the way he's talking about it, where he's sort of like just brushing over what he did and just talking about himself and how he feels about it. Mm-hmm. And giving like, throwing tidbits about the family, but like has never reached out to them, didn't reach out to them before the book, never has compensated them in any way. The whole family's dirt poor. The mom says she, was so distressed she like lost her job. She had like I don't even think she had like a high school diploma, so she had trouble with work. He killed the guy he killed had a pregnant girlfriend. So
there's a baby.
There's a kid who never met her father. There's all these people. There's like a whole.
And has he like donated? Has he like talked to the family?
That's what it is. He hasn't even fucking reached out to them, talked to them at all. He hasn't done anything. It's just all about him and a bunch of CEOs like Adam Silver, executives, coming to his support of like, wow, I had no idea. And Adam Silver even said like, now I understand why he was so sympathetic when people like NBA players had personal things happen to them. Like he had such great perspective, and now I understand why. And I didn't know he was carrying that burden.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like just what I mean.
Yeah, he was the president of Air
What are you
Jordan.
gonna do? He's the head of Nike.
Yeah.
Can't stop him.
No. He understands just do it apparently has to do with like not only shooting someone, but like you just forget. You just do it and move on.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, you don't think about it, and you
let's
push
be honest.
forward.
I think everybody that's that big in any corporate realm, they all got some body.
They all every single show hints at it. It's always like a part of every show.
And
that
where are they getting
somebody's
this information
life or
from?
killed somebody.
At some point back in the day, they killed this. He was Kendall Jenner.
Yeah.
Or Kendall Roy.
Yeah, Kendall Roy. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think is going to be the outcome of the old Astroworld massacre? Do you think it was wrong for Travis Scott to do the robot while people were being passed around dead in his crowd?
I mean, he looked like a complete idiot. The only thing I keep thinking about is that this isn't unprecedented. People have died at concerts all the time.
Not this many though. This is wild. That's a massacre.
No, there's been. I mean, it's
9 people have died at concerts. What is Altamont? I thought Altamont they just stabbed one pimp.
They're usually not as mainstream. They're more like heavy metal concerts or ODs or music festivals. Probably way more than 9 people die at Burning Man every year.
Well, that's a positive for this country, but yeah. So is this actually. I mean,
you're going to see Travis Scott. You have terrible taste in music. You know,
his apology was so fake. It was so hilarious.
And it had that.
He just kept
filter
touching
on
his
it.
head. Yeah. He put a filter on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, black and white filter, right?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, everything's like, it's going to get swept. It's not going to matter, I don't think, in a few weeks.
They're reaching out. I hear Kylie Jenner's going to do the makeup on all the victims. She's like, I'll be the mortician.
Yeah. She's gonna put a bottle in all their lips. She's like, your lips, they're fucking
Yeah,
thin.
she's
They're
like,
thin as hell.
Everyone that
and
died,
white.
I really feel bad for them, but they didn't have DSLs. So I'm gonna make all the victims in their when they have an open casket. I want their mom to see that they had good dick sucking lips.
Kylie Jenner goes to the mortuary and she's like, no one's lips are red. What's going on there? Everyone's lips are white. It's disgusting.
What else went on this week? It's been a big week. I really just can't stop watching this goddamn Rittenhouse case.
Yeah, the Rennhaus case has been interesting. Just watching little testimony here. And there.
I love good testimony.
I love seeing how people respond, and just like, when I'm eventually on the stand defending me killing.
No, I do love court cases because I go like, man, this could be me someday. I really don't know.
Yeah, and I'm just like, if he wins, then I'm just like, yeah, that's how I would respond to stuff like that if I was trying to get off. I'd be like, you'd kind of be like, no, like every question I'd make them feel like an idiot.
You just have to make them feel stupid.
Yeah.
Did you see the dude that photographed the whole night? And that big fat prosecutor was trying to like really fuck with him.
No, I only watched Kyle Rittenhouse
and make him nervous. This one's good because this kid is like nervous, but he's also like not cowering to anything.
Okay.
And he says like, yeah, you guys like wanted me to like change my statement that night. Basically tells them that like you're corrupt.
Oh wow. Okay.
And they're like, God damn it again. Like they're the worst prosecution of all. It's like the Three Stooges.
Yeah, they're idiots.
They're horrible. They're completely blowing the case. And they, good. Because I don't want to see Kyle go away. Okay, Kyle is only guilty of being
Kyle aside,
on the right side of history.
Old Kai aside, I hate any DA, anyone who represents the state. Fuck you.
How many documentaries are on Netflix about how DAs are all like some of the most corrupt people on earth?
Biggest pieces of shit. All they do all day is just cut deals. If somebody tries to go to trial, you make them feel like the biggest piece of shit of all time. You're just trying to run people through the system all day, and now it's your big moment, and you're not ready for it because you never take anybody to trial because you cut deals all day. Because the system, because everyone in the court is, it's completely flooded with stupid drug charges or like
nonsense,
petty bullshit where you're ruining people's lives for years and not even thinking about it. That's just like your daily life.
Yeah.
Stuff that like is so, it's either they're going to do it again or it's just like, it doesn't matter.
We don't need a court system.
Not for like,
how about this for the country? We send everybody money every month and we stop having laws.
A lawless country.
Country. People have money.
Yeah.
And then we just all just sit at home and we just order Amazon and like food.
If you had the money, would you ever drive drunk?
If I had the money?
Yeah, like
no, I would just order Ubers all the time.
Exactly.
But
that's why people drive drunk. They act like it's a moral decision. It's a financial decision.
It's a financial decision.
It's expensive to not drive drunk.
How else do you expect any average citizen in this country to get home, okay? Like, people are drunk.
People are drunk.
People always get on people about, like, you drove, and it's like, how else is he supposed to get anywhere? He's drunk off his ass 24/7.
How's he supposed to work 40 hours a week not getting drunk and driving everywhere?
It's like, whatever happens. I know a lot of horrible things happen, and
but most of the time
no one should drive drunk, but it's like
most of the time
a lot of people out there driving are drunk.
Yeah.
The drunk driver that usually kills everybody is like a 16-year-old who's like just retarded with his like Lambo or something.
Yeah.
Or it's like a guy that is a like just Bukowski level drunk,
like lifetime
alcoholic, already has charges, like just complete piece of shit. You don't ever, Charles Barkley ain't gonna run into a farmer's market. He's drinking out and he drives.
No, he's a responsible drunk driver. I truly believe that.
I think driving drunk's really not even that hard. I mean, this is probably, because there's a lot of people that are killed by drunk drivers. So this is, I understand somebody listening to this that's like, well, my dad.
I'm sorry if someone in your life was killed by a drunk driver, but I'll tell you this: we weren't that drunk driver.
It wasn't me.
I've been in the car with Devan driving drunk. He's a great drunk driver.
Pretty good.
Devan's been in the car with me.
I'm gonna die next week.
No, you won't.
Okay, good. He stopped it. The universe was about to go down that road.
And I'm such a good drunk driver, even though I have a DUI, that Devan's been in the car with me, and he doesn't even know me.
No, I never even know Richie's drunk. I just assume he's a sleepy bozo. Like usual.
Exactly. This is the widest my eyes have ever been.
Should we go get drunk?
Let's go get some drinks. I think.
You want to drive?
Sure.
Well, we should drink before we go.
All right.
Let's drive.
Will's trying to meet up.
Let's pound some booze
I know
and drive.
listeners of the podcast don't know who that is, but
Nobody knows who Will
he's
is.
a great guy.
Will's great.
Great actor.
You won't ever know who he is. Anyway,
might
see
one
you,
of these
folks.
days.
Sorry for the lack of Joey, but listen. What do you want from me? Once again,
he didn't want to be on.
say the same thing. Just go to fucking, just please write a review or just
Write a review.
Can we get up to
Tell
100?
your friends.
Tell people
subscribe.
Watch my YouTube too. We're making a lot of funny shit recently. I'm about to get a green screen so we can make shit on the fly a little quicker in here. Maybe put it up right here, whatever. I can.
Whatever.
Yeah, but it just
Apparently, we're supposed to. Joey always makes fun of us because our promos suck. We're supposed to remind you to do this.
Yeah.
I don't know. We treat you with respect. I respect the viewer.
I'm
in the
not
sense
trying to be
that,
some of these, these gross scumbags
I
that
know.
every fucking thing they do is all about, like, just remember to you.
Yeah, and they pre-record it. It's at the beginning, the middle, the end.
Yeah.
They'd follow a bunch of shit that some influencer taught them on Instagram in like a fucking 10-second video, and they're going to be like, all right, you got to plan your posts, and they come out every Monday at 8 o'clock. And post
I
them
don't know
out
how to
every
do
week.
that.
Yeah, we don't do any of that.
We're just
Don't punish us for that.
But the stuff is good. I'd like to think, and I think if you're listening, you think so too. So thank you for listening, and Kyle Rittenhouse should run for. Is the Green Party still around?
I think so.
He should run as a Green Party member.
All right. Well, but that's it. Don't.
I shouldn't continue. That wasn't very good.
It's all right.
What's the Green Party? The Green Party was Ralph Nader, right?
It was Ralph
That was
Nader.
like the really progressive, like
It's still
artsy.
around.
It was like the hippie-ish
Yeah. Now the third party candidate is
third party candidate.
the main guy.
Kyle Rittenhouse would be better than Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, well, Bernie Sanders ran as a Democrat.
Because Kyle Rittenhouse will shoot you and then give you health care.
Right.
He'll
Yes.
he'll protect, and he's got the medic bag.
Yeah. He's like the Joker. He'll like kill you and then slip like a C note in your pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Be like, there's your UBI.
I'm not even trying to stall. People are really underestimating that Kyle Rittenhouse was there to help out if you had a little cut. Like, he cared about the people of Kenosha that night.
Why are we arguing whether someone is or is not a registered EMT? If you're somewhere and your goal is to help people who are injured, why does it matter if you're registered to do it or not?
And
Where were the registered EMTs? Oh, only Rittenhouse was around.
why was only Rittenhouse there? Why were there not regular EMTs walking the streets with AR-15s and grenades?